Hello, this is Rick Powers from rickpowers.com, and we're on to our fourth of the video series, building our website. Now, where we left off was we put some posts up. We had done 3 posts, and here they are. Okay, but now we want to do some more things. I think what would be really neat to have is an opt-in, a little opt-in form. That way, people come to your website, they can put in their name and their email address, and you can stay in contact with them. You can send them emails to update when you have a new blog, or if you have something going, there's some sale thing going on. This way you're starting to build your email list. So let's get into doing that. First thing you want to do is we want to go to our dashboard. Okay, and we're going to go down to Optimize Press. We're going to go into Blog Settings. Blog Settings, there we go, and then we're going to go into Modules. Okay, and as you see in this module here, if you look down on these modules, you see a sidebar opt-in, because that's where we want to take it. Now, this is what our opt-in is kind of going to look like right here. We're going to change this a little bit, because this says it's got a free training video for you. And if we had a video or something, a book or ebook or something that we were giving away, which we will be doing that, but right now we just want an opt-in for their email. So we're asking them to just please give us your email address to keep in contact with us, so we can stay connected and we can keep you up with what's going on with our site, with our blog site. Now these have a bunch of different styles. This is like style number 1 right there, and it goes on down to style 16. Which, see, each one, they're a little different. They're all just opt-ins, though. Okay, so let's just pick one, and we'll pick something like that one. That looks a good one. And as you can see how it has here the free content, well, we're going to change that, because like I said, we have nothing to give away right now. We just want them to opt in and give us their email address. So we're going to go to the content part of it, and we're going to actually change all this stuff. And we're going to change it by right here. We just write in here. I've already written it in here. I said connect with Rick. And then I put in enter your name and email below so we can keep you informed. And then down below that, I just had your information is 100% secure, because I don't want to be selling anybody else's stuff, because I wouldn't want that done from me. And then I just like a first name and an email on the opt-in form. Now, what we can do is we can make our own submit button. I'm going to play around with this button with you here. This is our default. Our default button is right there. Okay, but we've made something a little different, and we're going to go to, let's create a button. Now, as you can see, we have all these buttons that we can create. I'm just going to go over it real quick with you to show you how to create one. You can change it all kinds of ways. You can change it. So let's say we want to change the text. So we got our button there that we want. Let's say that's the button we want, and that's what we want to say. Now you could say whatever you want. Keep me informed. That's what you want, but let's stay with, we're just going to say connect with Rick. Okay, now if we want this to be, here's our fonts that we could use. See how it just changes it? It just keeps changing it however you want. So we'll just keep that. And let's take the bold off of there. Go bold, italic, underline. So see all these things we can do, and it just does it right on the fly. Shadow, this is kind of a neat thing. Text shadow. You can sit here and go shadow. We don't want text shadow. We want styling. Border. This will give you the border. See all this big border. We don't want that though. So we're going to bring it maybe a little border. Maybe a little bit like that. And then now see how this goes all the way to a square, and then all the way to the other side it's rounded. And then you can go in between. See how it's changing? See how it's getting squared off more and more? Let's say we want something like that. That's pretty cool. A little more roundy. A little more roundy. There we go. And then we have a text shadow. And then we have a drop shadow. Just messing with this just so you can see how these things work. See how that shadow, now that's on the top. It's going to look like a shadow because of the way it is, but now see it looks more like a shadow. See? And you can move it also to make it look like more of a... And then this kind of brings it to one side or another. So this just gives you an idea of what you can do. You can just play around with this all day long. Okay. Oops. So that's what all this stuff here is, drop shadow. And then inner shadow, it just goes on. So you guys can play around with this on your own time. Just play with it. It's great. It's fun. Okay, so we're going to use that. And let's actually save this and see what it looks like. And then we might want to change it, but let's save it. Oh, actually we have one more thing we have to do. We have to put a widget in. Okay. We're going to get you into the widgets now. The widget is, we're going to go to Appearance, down to Widgets. The widgets are these little things that you need to put in here so that it has someplace to go. Okay, it has someplace to hold it. And these are all of our widgets. We have archives, and categories, and calendars, and our sidebar advertising, and all these different things. Again, just go through them and you can just play with them. Okay, you can take things off and put things off. I got the sidebar opt-in already up there. It came from over here, and I just put it right up there. Okay. So that's that. So let's go over to here. Let's refresh. There it is. It pops up there now. Connect with Rick. Enter your name and email below so we can keep you informed, your email address and your first name. But that is terrible. I don't like that at all. So let's get rid of that. So let's go back. We're actually going to go back to our blog settings, our modules, our sidebar opt-in, and we're going to go to our submit button, and we're going to just do this. We're going to go to the default button. Okay, I'm going to make that default because I have it set up. We're going to save those settings, and let's go back and refresh it, and that's much better. Okay, that's the Connect with Rick we got. But you can go back and play with it, get whatever you want. See, I just kind of got the shadow in there. So now we have our opt-in. Now someone can leave us their email and their first name. It will go right to us because we haven't gone through our Aweber account. It'll come right to my email and it'll let me know that I have somebody that's interested in our stuff, and we can just start sending them our information. So there's your first little opt-in there. So In the next video, we're going to put up some Facebook buttons and some social media buttons. And we've got, about 6 of them or so. We got about 6 or 8 of them we can put up in here, and we're going to try that next. So we'll see you in the next video.